It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers. And it's all up next.
Let's go do this.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
We are just about ready. Cameron Dicker has the honors, and we are underway here at SoFi. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. A 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. To throw now, here's Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route, and they just executed that one pretty well.
Love now. And complete once again to Watson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Love. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Throwing, Love. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Here's Love. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Herbert now out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Herbert.
He's got his target. That's complete.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Dobbins. Touchdown, Chargers. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Third down and 1. Love, they go play action now. And that is incomplete. The pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. Deep to return is Darius Davis. This is brought in at the 21. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. They can't ask for much more than this. They've got it 1st and goal from the 5. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Jacobs. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No. It appears they're going to mark him short of the first. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Love looking to throw it. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Herbert. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 4-point game. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
We were treated to a fine first half from running back J.K. Dobbins. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's Herbert. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer, 51 yards. And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards for number 11.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter, and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Back to throw. Love. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, no.
And I think the ball's out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Tucker Kraft from 3 yards out. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards.
Well, this is not going to be enough.
Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line.
So here's Love and the Packers. Down 14-11, a minute 51 on the clock. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Love.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Now Love. Watson making the catch. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
Love looking to throw it.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Here's Love. And complete once again to Watson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Love looking to throw. And he gets it down to the 32. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Herbert to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It's caught at the 10. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well, and always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on